Hi, Dr. Martin Rutherford here at Power Health, and today's question is regarding Hashimoto's, one of my favorite subjects. What kind of diet should we be doing? Um, so we use a lot of diets here. Just to put it in perspective, okay, I was just reviewing with one of my colleagues the other day how many diets we use here. I think it's like 10 or 11 different diets. We see a lot of Hashimoto's. In the end, Hashimoto's is an autoimmune problem. So the diet that rules is basically the autoimmune paleo diet, and or some version of that. But the autoimmune paleo diet was put together uh, specifically for pretty much for the development of the understanding that autoimmunity was becoming rampant, and Hashimoto's really kind of led the charge on that. Now, having said that, you really need to figure out your food sensitivities in relationship to that diet. And food sensitivity testing is tough. There's a lot of food sensitivity testing out there. None of it's perfect. Okay, and it's challenging to figure out your food sensitivities if you're in full-blown Hashimoto's and you're in a chronic stress response, because those things affect gut function. And doing the gold standard diet of reintroducing foods, in other words, eliminating all the foods, and then reintroducing foods. You have to have a good gut environment to reintroduce foods into, so that you can get a good read on that. And then you can reintroduce a food, and it might be that you're allergic to it if it's cooked, but not allergic to it if it's raw. As you may know, or you may not know, it is really challenging to figure out a person's food sensitivities. But I'm just letting you know that aspect of it's there. I do one of two things. We either use the allergy elimination diet, but that's because we are fixing the other things that would sabotage it from being accurate. It's tedious. It can be tough. We don't start reintroducing foods until the patient's gut is better, which sometimes can be a couple of months. And then the person's like, no, gnawing at the bit. When can I have eggs? That type of stuff. So that can be tough. There's another test that we find to be one of the more accurate tests out there. It's done by Cyrex Labs. It's a Cyrex 10. It's like $600. It tests 180 foods. It's not perfect. So the people who put that lab together suggest that if you do that, you use histamine neutralizers to catch any foods that might be missed. So you would take histamine, like I use this one supplement called Histoplex. There's other ones, HistaDAO. There's several companies out there that have these. And so you would do that test, assume that there's going to be a 3 or 4 or 5% of the foods that you're sensitive to are going to be missed, and you would take these histamine neutralizers that would probably neutralize any of the other foods that you might be sensitive to that got missed on there. And I'm not going on and rambling on here. I mean, this is what we do, and missing the food sensitivities can really, really, really. I just had one yesterday. A patient who came in, new patient, and was not aware that they were allergic to whey protein, WHEY protein. So guess what they do? They eat it every day. So we found out that they were allergic to the whey protein. She's got Hashimoto's. It's going to make a big difference in her case. And the last thing is, in Hashimoto's, that's the ideal scene. But if you start on the autoimmune paleo diet and you start getting gas and bloating and stuff like that, you might want to consider switching to a FODMAP diet and trying to get rid of that, because it usually means you may have small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and if you have that, you got to get rid of that. Then you can get off the FODMAP diet and go back on the autoimmune paleo diet. That's a pretty comprehensive, maybe more than you wanted to hear, but that's a pretty comprehensive understanding of diet, which also answers why Maybe you've gone online, done the autoimmune paleo diet, and when I first said that, you started rolling your eyes, because maybe it didn't work for you because you didn't figure out the food sensitivities, or maybe you had FODMAPs or something like that. Diet's complex. It's a big, big part of the challenge of getting these autoimmune problems under control.